Hello! We get to start the balcony scene, and it's going to be fun. So, first, this is a real balcony in Verona, Italy. There it is. And it is called Juliet's balcony. It did not exist when Shakespeare wrote the story. And remember that the story of Romeo and Juliet was a famous kind of like a fairy tale thing that people would tell the story of these, I can't remember their Italian names, but it's a story about these two kids who didn't listen to their parents and then they died. And so the whole message behind the story was, children, listen to your parents or you will die. And Shakespeare was like, that's boring. I can do better. And so he wrote Romeo and Juliet. So it was never a true story based on real people. However, real people love the story. This is where you can go in Verona to see her. There's Juliet at the bottom of her balcony, and real people can rent this space for weddings and whatnot. And rumor has it that if you rub this area, you'll have good luck for life. So you can see it's a little worn down from all of the luck. Yeah, there she is. Okay, a little review of Act 1. This has been one day only. It is a Sunday, and before dawn, we knew that Romeo was sad and he was in the woods, and Benvolio couldn't sleep either, so he went for an early walk and he saw his cousin, but then Romeo walked away from him. But they see each other again right at 9, because before 9 there was the fight, and then Benvolio tells Romeo's parents what happened and how the fight started and how Tybalt came and made it worse. And so at 9 o'clock, the fight is over and Benvolio's like, come on, Romeo, tell me what's wrong. And that's when he learns that Romeo loves Rosaline. At midday, not only has the prince had his meetings with both dads, the Lord Montague, Romeo's dad, and Lord Capulet, Juliet's dad, but also Paris has gone to visit Lord Capulet to see if he can get hitched to Juliet. And the dad says, why don't we wait a couple years? She's only 13. She's almost 14 in a couple of weeks. But why don't we wait? And Paris is like, well, young moms can be really happy. And then Lord Capulet is like, yeah, well, young moms can also be really unhappy. My own wife. And he says, okay, fine. Come to the party this evening and see if you can woo her. And we'll see what she says, because I'll give you my consent, but you have to win her heart as well. Pretty cool dad move at this time. In the evening, the fellas are on their way to crash the party. They're wearing masks. They are welcomed by Lord Capulet, the host. But then Romeo sees Juliet and his life is changed forever because she's the most beautiful thing he's ever seen. So they leave the party maybe sometime around midnight or really, really early Monday morning, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., who knows. But they've been dancing all night, had a great time, and Romeo met Juliet. So we were going to do this in class. I have some videos for you to watch that are kind of fun so we can compare the balcony scenes. But because YouTube will block them, we'll probably just have to do that at our 11 a.m. chats. So you can look forward to that. All right, this is the prologue of Act 2. And the narrator comes out again and updates everybody about what has happened, a little review like I just did. So they talk about what did happen and the future, what we can look forward to in the future. So the person would come out and say, Now, old desire, like Romeo's desire for Rosalind, doth in his deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir. That fair, Rosaline, for which love groaned for and would die, with tender Juliet matched, is now not fair. Now Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charm of looks, but to his foe supposed he must complain, and she steal love's sweet bait from fearful hooks. Is their relationship safe and happy? No. Because, being held a foe, he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers use to swear. Can he just show up at her house? Does he have access to her all the time to be like, yo, babe, you're a babe? No. And she, as much in love, her means much less to meet her new beloved anywhere. Can a teenage girl at this time leave her house whenever she wants? No, because it's dangerous. So she has to either have somebody with her, or the only place she can really go by herself is if she goes to confession at the church. It's pretty much the only place she can go by herself. Awesome life, huh? All right, but passion lends them the power and time the means to meet, tempering extremities with extreme sweet. Oh, so they are going to make it happen to see each other however they can. All right, now we get the balcony scene. No, we have to do scene 1 first. Just kidding. Okay, fine. Oh, I would like to show you too. Notice the way that Shakespeare can combine positive sounding words and negative sounding words all within one sonnet, a Shakespearean sonnet. Again, this is a Shakespearean sonnet because it's 14 lines long. I forgot to talk about how the rhyming scheme is A, B, because lie and die rhyme, and then air and fair rhyme. So those have the same letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G. Forgot to mention that. And also it's written in iambic pentameter. Now, old desire doth in his deathbed. Now, old desire doth in his deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir. That fair for which love groaned for and would die, with tender Juliet matched, is now not fair. Sometimes it's not exact, but most of the time he would steal, like bewitched. He needed an extra syllable there so that it would be 10. Like bewitched by the charm of looks. So I probably said Juliet wrong. Juliet? Maybe it's only 2 syllables. Whatever. Good job, Shakespeare. Is there anything else fancy? Just some other balcony scenes. A little bit of Aladdin. Oh, look, it's everywhere, even on the playground, in Legos. Good times. We'll do that later. All right. Act 2, blah, 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 blah. Scene 1. Oh, Romeo's going to ditch his friends. How rude. Where does that go? Nope.
Now old desire doth in his deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir.
It's the worst.
That fair for which love groans.
When my heart is here, turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo! Romeo!
He is wise, and on my life hath stolen them home to bed.
Did he go home to bed?
Let this
No.
altered wall. Call good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo, humours, madman, passion, lover, appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. Cry but ah me, pronounce but love and dove. Speak to my gossip Venus one fair word, one nickname for her purblind son and heir, young Abraham Cupid, he that shot so true when King Cophetua loved the beggar maid. Oh, he heareth not. He stirreth not. He moveth not. The ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the demesnes that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
This cannot anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise a spirit in his mistress' circle of some strange nature, letting it there stand till she had laid it and conjured it down. That were some spite.
Mercutio.
My invocation is fair and honest. In his mistress' name I conjure only but to raise up him.
Come, he hath hid himself among these trees to be consulted with the humorous night. Blind is his love, and best befits the dog.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now will he sit under a medlar tree and wish his mistress were that kind of fruit as maids call
I forgot about
medlars
that.
when they laugh alone. Oh, Romeo, that she were, oh, that she were an open arse, and thou a popperin pear. Romeo, good night. I'll to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Oh, go then. It is in vain to seek him here that means not to be found.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound.
So, number one, do his friends know that he is over Rosaline? Number two, when he has basically jumped over the wall that goes around the Capulet home, and so now he is back on the property like a true stalker. Don't pretend like you guys aren't stalkers, especially right now, because you have all of the information available to you to go stalking your friends. I used to have to ride past my crush's house on my bicycle, round and round, and then I would go back again, just maybe to get a glimpse of him. Don't judge me, because I know that you know where your crush is at Roosevelt for most of the day. You can't lie about it. I know that you're stalkers too. It's a little bit human nature, but don't take it too far or you'll go to jail. Okay, so Romeo has hopped back over the wall so that he can try to get a glimpse of Juliet one more time. And he says, because he heard his friends making fun of him the whole time, that they make jokes at his pain because they don't understand it. So now he sees Juliet, and we are going to break this down line by line, because if you are going to take one thing away from Romeo and Juliet, you should know how long the whole play is. 5 days. That's it. And you should know the balcony scene. It's so good. You got to know it. So here we go.
Soft. What light through yonder window breaks?
So there's a light in the window. The window is the
It is
east.
the east, and Juliet is the sun.
Oh, she's the sun.
Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou...
All right, I have to pause, because here's what the moon is saying. He says, just kill that virginity. Just slay that virginity. That's what he wants to say. Romeo.
Her maid art far more fair than she. Be not her maid. Since she is envious, her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it.
Oh.
Cast it off.
That's what he's saying.
It is my
I disagree.
lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses.
Her eyes are speaking to me. Oh,
I am too bold.
better not.
'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven having some business do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy regions stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art.
So first he said that her eyes are sparkling like the stars at night. That's lovely. And now he calls her an angel. There's so much language that brings in astronomy, astrology, stars. And it's kind of pretty, but it's also kind of cheesy. Pretty cheesy, whatever.
As glorious to this night being o'er my head, as is a winged messenger of heaven unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
He's a poet.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be your Capulet.
All right, so is she concerned with where he is? Hey, Romeo, where are you? Wherefore? Does wherefore mean where? No, she's not like, where are you? And he's not like, I'm down here in the bushes, throw me some toilet paper. No, she's like, why do you have to be Romeo Montague? Maybe you could deny your family name, or if you won't, I will. And then we can be together and there will be no problems because of our names. Names. This whole thing is all about names and why their last names are those of enemies.
By him more shall I speak at this.
You're going to
Is that
scare
thy name
her.
that is my enemy? Thou art thyself, though not a Montague.
It's not you, it's your name.
What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part
Whoa,
belonging to a
Juliet.
man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
There's the
So
line.
Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name.
Get rid of it.
And for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized.
With a new name.
Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus be screened in
Who are
nights
you?
and stumblest on my counsel?
By a name? I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have yet not drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore?
How'd you get here?
The orchard walls are
And
high
why?
and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art. If any
Parkour.
of my kinsmen find thee here,
With love's light wings did I perch these walls for...
You guys know that old song? On the wings of love, just the two of us together flying high. He flew over the wall on the wings of love. Obviously, Juliet.
Any limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do, that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
They
if they
should
do see
be.
thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril
Danger.
in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
I would rather die than live without you. Romantic? or crazy romantic. I don't know.
Whose direction foundst thou out this place?
Thy love, that first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the farthest sea. I should adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek with that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke. But farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. That love is perjury, as they say Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse, and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behaviour. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess.
So when she's talking about being strange, she's talking about flirting and not confessing her true feelings too quickly. And she's like, every guy loves a chase. So if you want me to pretend like I'm not interested so that you can give chase, then I can do that. But I can't help it. These are my feelings. I'm just going to be honest. And so, yeah, she kind of understands how the game works. And yet she just has to tell him the truth anyway.
That thou overheardst ere I was where. My true
Plus,
love,
you heard
passion,
me when I didn't think you were here.
Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon,
I swear by the moon that I love you.
All these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon.
Don't
The
swear by the
inconstant
moon.
That monthly changes in her circled orb.
It moves, it
lest thy love
changes.
prove likewise variable.
Does your
What shall I
love
swear by?
change
Swear it
too?
Or if thou wilt,
Don't swear.
swear by thy gracious self.
Swear to
Which is
God.
the God of my idolatry.
You.
And I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear.
Don't swear though.
Although I joy in thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens.
It's too fast.
Sweet good night.
So good night.
This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet.
Let our love grow like a flower.
Night. As sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
Excuse
What
me?
satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
What do you mean?
Exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
Oh,
I
he
gave
just
thee mine
wants a
before thou didst
vow.
request it.
Everybody, calm
I did that what
down.
it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to
Wish
be frank,
I could
give it thee again.
take my love
And
back
yet
so
wish
I
but
could
for
give it
the thing I
again.
have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
It's serious.
I hear some noise within, dear love, adieu.
Juliet!
Anon, good nurse, sweet Montague, be true. Stay but little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. I am afeard. Being in night, all this is but a dream.
It's just
Too
a dream.
flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night
3
indeed. If thy bent of love be honourable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee.
Send
Where
word
and what
tomorrow.
time thou wilt perform the rite. And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam!
I come anon, but if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee. By and by I come to cease thy suit, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So
Send
thrive
word
my
tomorrow. Send word
1,000
tomorrow.
times good night.
soul. 1,000 times the worst to want thy light. Love
So they said
goes
1,000
toward love
times
as
goodbye.
Schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
So true.
Romeo, list.
How many goodbyes will there be?
Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse and may not speak
like a trained
aloud.
bird. Come back.
Else would I tear the cave where echo lies, and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine, with repetition of my Romeo.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo!
My sweet.
At what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
By the hour of 9.
I will not fail.
Oh! My internet hates me. Darn it. He's gonna send word by 9 a.m. And he's got an errand to run first. What will the errand be? Fine. Disconnect from home sweet home. Try to connect again, please. Oh, good. Okay. By the hour of 9 a.m.
20 years till then.
Ooh, sorry.
I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay to have thee still forgetting any other home but this.
Cute.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone.
Do you think it's like 5 a.m. now?
And yet no farther than a wanton's bird that lets it hop a little from her hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silken thread plucks it back again, so loving, jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. Yet I shall kill thee with much cherishing.
Kind of reminds me of Lenny.
Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be
1001.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep and peace so sweet to rest. Hence will I to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell.
He is going to go to the pastor, the priest, the friar, and ask permission to get married. He wants to see if the priest will do the ceremony. And then he's going to get back to her by 9 a.m. One thing that's interesting is Romeo's sleep patterns. Sunday, we knew that he hadn't been sleeping well and that he'd been all up all night, Saturday night and into Sunday because he was walking in the woods. And now he's had all day. He goes to the party on Sunday night. And now he has hung out with Juliet all of the morning hours of Monday. And so he's going to go to the friar, but he hasn't had any sleep for like days now. So we'll see how that impacts him. And we will do that video next when he meets the pastor. How do I stop this? I don't know. Stop it.